Journey of Parenthood, the Best and Sometimes the Worst Practices by Jemiah Suggs. Help wanted. Start date as soon as possible. One thing I know all first-time parents could wish for is a perfect parenting instruction manual that explains proper conditions in raising a child. Children raised in a two-parent household was so commonly accepted by society for so many years. Now we're experiencing a new wave of parenting of just a single-parent household. Disciplining children consisted of many methods, but the most practiced was spanking. This is still a way of discipline today. Society has begun practicing different methods of discipline that exclude spanking. I embarked upon different parenting styles. I had a specific interest in this topic because I too am a first-time parent seeking some direction. Today we will discuss differences in parenting styles, authoritative, authoritarian, and permissive parenting, deciphering the positive and negative effects of certain disciplinary actions, and the pros and cons of raising a child in a two-parent household versus a single-parent household. Permissive parenting displays hesitation when enforcing rules and standards. Let the child be a child. Authoritarian parents demand strict obedience from their children, like a drill sergeant. The instructions could be detrimental to the child in the present or the future. Still would not make a difference to an authoritarian parent. They use intimidation tactics, threats, physical harm to get obedience. Authoritative parents travel a rare but efficient direction, upholding high standards, being attentive to the child's needs, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Authoritative parents practice showing respect to their children. The objective is to stimulate cooperation through positive teaching, thus invoking positive feelings. It is best to communicate with compassion, love, and empathy. There are clear and healthy discipline methods for children. Lead by example. Use calm words and actions. That is the most effective way of disciplining a child without invoking negative reactions and emotions. A form of discipline that has been predominantly used to train children for generations is spanking. Spanking for some is tied to their religious beliefs. In the Christian community, for example, this scripture from the Bible, whoever spares the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. For many, the scripture implies corporal punishment. In my case, I interpret the verse as a directive on making sure as a parent, I discipline my child properly with a sound mind, within good reason and appropriate conditions based upon age. According to the AAP policy statement, effective discipline to raise healthy children, research shows that spanking, slapping, and other forms of physical punishment does not work well to correct the child's behavior. Beyond being ineffective, harsh physical and verbal punishments can also damage a child's long-term physical and mental health. The need to explore the differences between a single-parent household, a two-parent household, and the effects of household dynamic is important in shaping our future society. According to Christina Cross's New York Times op, the myth of the two-parent home, youths raised in two-parent families are less likely to live in poverty. African-American youths raised by both biological parents are still 3 times more likely to live in poverty than their Caucasian peers. In a two-parent household, the chances that a child would have economic, social, and emotional support needed to ensure a healthy, successful life are higher than that of a single-parent household. Without a good source of income, parents are faced with difficulties such as the inability to live in areas with healthy community conditions. In a two-parent household, there's increased social and emotional support with both parents, extended family, members in the community, friends, and classmates. Single parents can also provide the same amount of emotional and social support. Children who are spanked according to AAP may be more likely to hit others when they don't get what they want. Physical punishment increases the risk of injury. One study found that young adults who were spanked repeatedly have less gray matter, the part of the brain involved with self-control, and perform lower in IQ tests as young adults than the control group. Harsh verbal discipline can lead to more misbehavior and mental health problems in children, and even symptoms of depression in teens.